brought to you by Matheson Mini Helmets. Matheson Mini Helmets. Free helmet mock-ups. No minimum requirements. They have stripes, pride stickers, numbers, and chrome decals available. Customized memorabilia for you and your community. Reach them by phone at 816-642-8817 or on Twitter at MMHelmets. Matheson Mini Helmets. For all things mini helmet. All right, welcome in here, guys, to the Northwest Georgia Pickem Show. As you see, our sponsor with some fancy sponsor in there, Matheson Mini Helmets. It's just
that
being
voiceover.
Do what?
That voiceover actor is pretty talented, I tell you.
Yeah, he's just some redneck that thought it would be a good idea to talk about it for a second. But anyway, we got a good many games today, so we're going to jump right in to the Pickem and get going. Lawrence is like every other week, he's making real money, so I'm sure he'll be listening along, and we have his picks, and Chris will reveal those as we go. All righty. Start off at the top with the big boys. Carrollton is a 5-point favorite at Westlake.
And I'm going to go Carrollton here. They continue to roll. They got the hot hand. And Lawrence is also going with Carrollton.
Yeah, I mean, I like Carrollton as well. I think Westlake has potential to hang around and be in this game. Not a terrible team by any means, good team. And we seen last week where the team that Carrollton played kind of hung around for a little bit. But I like Carrollton to win the game, probably about a touchdown. So I guess that's where it's at -5. So Paulding County Schools, North Paulding at McEachern. 10-point favorite, McEachern. What say you?
Lawrence is going with McEachern, and this is my upset of the week. I'm huge Paulding County fan. North, south, east, or west, those boys can play football. Two big reasons, Boone Anderson, Jalen Poe. For North Paulding, they're having great seasons.
Oh, man, I kind of went back and forth on this one. I like McEachern, and I like them at home. I think I'll stick with McEachern, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's, within that 10 points, one-score game, something like that, field goal. Next game, Rome, a 24-point favorite at River Ridge. I like Rome to keep rolling in this one.
Yeah, I like Rome, and so does Lawrence. I think the last half of Rome's schedule is kind of weird. I think they play every school in Cherokee County, and none of them are going to have luck against Rome. So I like Rome to continue that streak they got going tonight or to Friday night.
I agree. Next one, New Manchester at Paulding County. Paulding County is a big-time favorite here. And I'd have to agree. I think Paulding County gets this win, and pulls away late for sure.
I'm going Paulding, and so is Lawrence.
Paulding County. Roll on down here. Speaking of Paulding County, South Paulding, 19.5-point favorite over Alexander. I like South Paulding. I've liked them all year. There's no hiding that. I'll take South Paulding.
I'm going South, and so is Lawrence. I think Casey Wiseman is getting ready for Kansas, and I think he's judging by what you see on Twitter, he is really enjoying what he's seeing out of Kansas.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of folks enjoying it.
Yeah, big time turnaround there. Yeah. A big time game here, Dalton at Calhoun. If I'm not mistaken, Dalton leads that region currently as far as wins-loss, right?
Yep.
And Calhoun is a 19.5-point favorite at home. I like Calhoun in the game, but I think it's going to be closer than 19.5.
I'm going to go with Calhoun. I think it also will be closer, and Lawrence is going with Calhoun as well.
Yep. I think that's a clean sweep. Woodland at Cartersville. Cartersville is a 34.5 point favorite. I think, just about every team in our region has played Woodland this year, it seems. I mean, they're
Yeah,
playing in that local area. They're not playing out of the area very much. And I like Cartersville from what I've seen from Cartersville and Woodland. I like Cartersville in this game.
yeah. Uh, Lawrence likes Cartersville, and I like Cartersville. Cartersville, they're tough at home.
Hiram at Cass, man, this is about as close to a pick 'em as you can get. Hiram's a 2 point favorite. I think it stems off the fact that they've had a big win and they've played real well lately. I know it's at Cass, but I think I like Hiram in this game. I'm gonna take a Hiram in this one.
Yeah, I'm going Hiram as well, and Lawrence is also going Hiram.
So a lot of chalk so far.
Yeah,
Creekside, a 32.5 point favorite at Billerica. I think Creekside is a pretty talented team, and I think they'll win. I'm not sure it'll be by 30 plus points, but I'll take Creekside in this one.
yep. Lawrence is going Creekside, and I will have to agree with both of you. Creekside, it's a tough team.
All right, we got a big battle here. Cedartown is on the road at Sonoraville. 30.5 point favorite, Cedartown. Um, man, I just think Cedartown. Not saying Sonoraville is not a good team. I just think Cedartown is that good, and I think the 30 is probably about right.
Yeah,
And that's
I
hard to
like
say.
Cedartown. And Lawrence likes Cedartown. I know Sonoraville, they're tough. This is a great team they got put together this season, but Cedartown's something different. They're on a different level.
Yeah, I agree. I seen them. Like I said a couple weeks ago. Um, at Calhoun, and they just, man, so physical. Heritage at Northwest. Northwest is a 7.5 point favorite. This is one of those games. Heritage has played well. Northwest, they've had a couple losses, but they've also played well. It's kind of a passing game versus, I guess, running game. Heritage can throw it around a little bit too, but man, it's a tough game to pick for me. I know it's a 7.5 point game, but I think I'll take the home team, Northwest, in this one.
And Lawrence likes Northwest. He's a huge fan of Owen Brooker up there. Uh,
Yeah,
I'm actually going to go with Heritage here. I like that senior leadership of that Heritage team.
yeah, I can't blame you one bit. Like I said, I kind of went back and forth on this one. No disrespect to Northwest, but I think Heritage is a pretty good team as well. Central, 29.5 point favorites at Southeast. I think Central gets a big win and moves on to next week.
Yep, Central and Lawrence is Central as well.
Gilmer having a big season so far at Dawson County. Dawson is a 25.5 point favorite. I'm not sure about that much of a spread, but I think Dawson gets the job done at home. But I'm not sure if it's going to be that spread.
Yeah, that's Gilmer can really control the ball and control the clock, and I don't know if that spread is going to be accurate. I think Dawson wins, but I think it's close. And Lawrence is also going Dawson.
Pickens, a 29 point favorite. Pickens, I seen this kind of got a backdoor way to get themselves in the playoffs after stumbling a little bit early. This will be another big win if they can get it. Pickens, a 29 point favorite at West Hall. And I'm going to take Pickens in this one. I think Pickens gets another big win.
Yep, I'm going Pickens, and Lawrence is going Pickens, and they there is a way for them to get in the playoffs, but they got to keep winning. I think they win Friday.
Yes, sir. Next one, Gordon Lee at Adairsville, 34.5 point favorites are the Adairsville Tigers. I like Adairsville in this one. I like Adairsville to win that region. I do not see them covering the 34.5. I think Gordon Lee is a better team than what most people expected coming into the season. I think they'll keep it within 4 touchdowns, but I think Adairsville gets the win.
Yep, I'm going Adairsville. Lawrence is going Adairsville. That march to that putting that trophy in that case down there at Adairsville is continuing on.
Miss T is putting us on the spot. So, are y'all's picks based on facts, stats, or likes? Elaborate a little more on our picks. So she's saying, slow down and tell us why. All right, we'll try to do that going forward. Next game is Ringgold is a 34.5 point favorite at Ridgeland. Um, I think Ridgeland in this case is a little too talented, and I think they have too many athletes for Ridgeland. I think Ringo can throw the ball around, and the big running back at Ringo can definitely get it done on the ground. And I think that's going to be the key to putting points up at Ridgeland.
Yeah, I'm going Ringgold. Lawrence is going Ringgold. The reason Ringgold's pretty talented. They had a big season last year. Some expected them to be down this season, but they've kind of reloaded. And I think they're heading back towards the 2 seed again this year. So another home playoff game coming for Ringgold.
Very good chance at that. Yeah. All righty. The next game is Bremen at Cahulla Creek. And I'm going to sound the button. I got Bremen as my upset special of the week. I love the guys at Cahulla Creek. They were great to us when we went. They're a 7 point favorite, but I like Bremen. I like the physicality of Bremen. They've been better than what we've expected this year. I think they're going to grind it out. I think they got enough talent too that they can make big plays, and their defense is pretty good as well. So that's the reason I'm going to go with Bremen and the upset at the Creek.
Lawrence is going Coahulla Creek, and so am I. And the reason being, they got them at home, and they know how big this is, and I think they're going to be ready for this game. This is a clincher right here.
Oh yeah, this is huge. This is a huge game. I agree.
It's a huge game.
LFO at Lafayette. This was one that I think was in the running for my upset special of the week. I went with the Bremen team instead. I think Lakeview, Lafayette they've just been kind of ravaged by injuries at skill positions, and I'm not sure if they're getting any of those guys back anytime soon. I think that it's going to be a really close game. I think Lafayette's going to pull it off. I think Lafayette wins at home, but I think it's going to be really close because that LFO team, they've scored some points and they've kind of stunned some folks, and they've just improved. Let's say that they've improved in the off season. As the year has went on, they've improved. They're a better team, and nobody would probably have put them right there with a chance to beat Lafayette at the beginning of the year, but I do now.
Yeah,
but I'll take Lafayette.
Lawrence is going Lafayette. I'm going to go Lafayette as well. I think this is going to be a real close game, and LFO is a completely different team than what we saw last year. They're very competitive in a lot of different games, but I'm going the Ramblers here.
Next one on this page, Gordon Central at Rockmart, 34.5 point favorite. Rockmart, too talented, too many athletes, too fast, too big, too everything. I like Rockmart in this game. I think Rockmart wins that region, probably going away. I think they got some big games coming up, but I think Rockmart wins that region going away, and Rockmart's going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going Rockmart here. They're going to keep rolling on. They've won a lot of blowout games, and Lawrence is going Rockmart.
I've noticed they've been nice to folks. They'll score 40 at halftime, and then good teams, when they do that, man, they get the second teamers, the third teamers in, and then when it's time for those guys to come up and play varsity, they're basically already playing it. So I mean, it's huge for that's how over the years Calhoun has been so dominant, and Cartersville and those groups is they get those young kids in there, and they're basically like a varsity team when they actually get into the varsity action, meaningful varsity action. Roll it on down. Do we have a quote unquote game of the week this week?
I don't think we do. That Herd at Mount Zion might be.
All right. We could save that one for the game of the week. The next one here, North Murray at Model. So
Yeah, it's going
Chris
to
will be at
be.
Model this week. I think that's going to be
Yeah,
a interesting battle there.
yeah, it's a very interesting battle. Model has beat all expectations this season. It's going to be hard for North Murray to go on the road and beat that team. So Lawrence is picking Model. I'm picking Model, and I know you're picking Model.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Model. I think North Murray's going to get some points, but that Model defense has been pretty darn good this year. They're going to get tested through the air. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
And if they can't slow that down, then they may be in for a long night. I still think that with Model's resurgence on offense, or surgence, I guess you'd say, on offense, that's really just rounded that team out and made them even tougher than what they were. When they were just leaning on that defense. I think Model gets the win, and they make enough plays on with that good defense to win this game. To you.
well,
I think she's referring to the game of the week. She said, "Nope, Bowden's not playing no game this week." uh, Next game, Fannin is a 34.5 point favorite at Murray County. It's really probably not that bad of a trip for Fannin over to Murray, is it?
yeah, it's not too bad
Not
down
as bad
through
as
LJ
last
and then
trip to Dade County or whatever.
over the mountain.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think
yeah,
I think Fannin gets the job done there.
I think Fannin and Lawrence is going Fannin as well.
So we'll skip over the Heard County and Mount Zion. That'll be our game of the week. Christian Heritage at Asheville Christian. There isn't a spread here. Um, I guess that's because Lawrence couldn't find one. I'm not sure about Asheville Christian. Is that a Georgia team?
No, I don't think so. I'm not for sure.
Anyway, I think I'll take Christian Heritage just by the fact that normally in the late in the season like this, you're not going to a dominant school to play a game. Maybe I should look it up just in case that I'm being totally wrong here.
Yeah, they got
Tell you
two
what,
tough
I'll
ones.
pull up the Massey on it. How about that?
Yeah, they got two tough ones right after this with Mount Zion and Bowden, or or Mount Zion, excuse me. Uh, so I don't know Asheville Christian as well. You'll have to enlighten all of us.
Maybe. I see the Asheville school. I don't see Asheville Christian. Could be one and the same. Oh, Asheville Christian Academy. That's probably it. Let's assume that's it. And let's go with Christian Heritage.
Yep,
Uh,
I'm going Christian Heritage. So is
34 and a half
Lawrence.
point favorite.
Yeah.
All righty. Next game, Darlington on the road at Armurchie. Um, Not a very far trip there, just across the city. I think I'll take Darlington in a big one there.
Yeah, I'm going Darlington. Lawrence is going Darlington, and just want to wish Coach Green all the best.
Absolutely. Next game, Trine at Pepperell. This is a huge game in that 7A region there, Division 1 7A. Basically, the winner probably has the front row seat or the best chance of getting that second spot, that home playoff game. Pepperell's actually played better um, than what most people thought, especially early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
I like Trine in this game, and I think Trine finds a way to slow down, Pepperell's rushing attack, and they can move the ball pretty well themselves. I like Trine by more than the 6 here.
I'm going Tryon, and so is Lawrence.
Dade County is traveling to Chattooga. Dade's a 31.5 point favorite. Dade needs this game for sure to stay on pace and stay in the playoff conversation. Looking pretty good with only losses to Darlington and Trine so far. 31.5 point favorites, like I said. I do see a comment here saying that see Chattooga and Dade is a good game. Chattooga wins by 7. Okay.
That's possible.
I think the spread is a little wide. I think Chattooga can hang around for a little bit there, but I think Dade wins the game, pretty comfortably.
I'm going with Dade, and so is Lawrence. I
Yes,
like that
sir.
team headed back to the playoffs.
Yes, sir. And always mess around on here and tell coach there to Coach Poston to run the quarterback. And I seen his stats from last week, and I was like, he listened to me. He listened. Now it could have been what the defense predicated. You don't know, but that was a pretty good performance by the quarterback there. He had a bunch of yards, had a couple touchdowns. I was going to pull it up and see if they actually had stats. I think they might. I think I seen where Lawrence had shared the stats from that game. Let's see here. No, I don't see any kind of updated stats past the Trine game. Anyway, you had a big game. Um, that's well, we got one. We got the one last game. Heard County at Mount Zion.
I am going Mount Zion here. I like this team. Uh,
Something tells me. I mean, I like Mount Zion as well, and they're at home. But something tells me that Heard County is going to win this game. I'm going to go with Heard County, and this time, Tia, it's going to be because I really don't know a whole lot about Heard. I know a few things about Mount Zion, but Tia also said, or somebody said already, um, I didn't know this was their first matchup. Tia says this is the first time they've played. Somebody said earlier in the year that Mount Zion really hadn't played a lot of good teams or hadn't beat a lot of good teams. I went back and looked, and there's a little bit to be said about that. I think Heard County is a pretty decent team, so I'm going to take Heard County in this one. Not with my upset special, but
and Lawrence is also going Heard County. That's his upset.
that's Tia said that. She's right. I thought it was Tia that said that because I went back and looked at it, and she was right. I think that. Oh, that's Lawrence's upset special.
Yes,
And
he's picking Heard over Mount Zion.
all right, we have to grace him with the upset special of the week. There we go. And Tia also says she's picking Heard too. She likes Heard County in the game. So, all right.
Our guest picker is Tia.
I appreciate you joining us. We're gonna have to get her on there. We're gonna have to send her the link and get her on there.
Next
she
week.
joins us every week.
Yeah, we're gonna have Tia. Will you join us to help us pick game of the week next week?
Yeah, we'll get you on there. I know she's still listening, so she might comment back to us. But she says she appreciates us, but I don't know. She didn't say yes, but anyway,
she didn't
say no. Yeah. All righty. Well, it's kind of short and sweet. There's a few more games than last week, but that kind of wraps it up. Like I mentioned earlier, and in the new entrance that we have, Matheson Mini Helmets has come on and joined as a sponsor to us. And a lot of people don't know about their story. It's a coach. I think he may be even an athletic director. He's not even from around here, I don't believe. But he started this company, and he does. If you need one helmet, if you need 50 helmets, he'll give you a bulk order discount. Contact them. They can do anything you want. They can put numbers on a helmet. They'll put your name on the back of the helmet. They can put your logo or whatever you want. And that's a great Christmas present, birthday present, graduation gift, whatever. Anyway, if you don't know how to contact them, you can look at the beginning of our thing. You can contact us, and I can send you the information, or Lawrence or Chris or any of us can could get that information for you. All right, Chris.
Yep. Till next week.
Sorry, somebody else commented on here. Chris McKelvey. Yeah, I'll have it out here in a second, Chris. I'm slipping at my job. I'm slipping at my Pickem contest. All righty. We'll see y'all next time.
We'll see you guys at the game Friday.
Yes, sir.